BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
play BBC Radio Devon,
and on your radio.
The sound of Devon is
BBC Radio Devon.
And here we go then. For a sport I know that I'd be able to shout in, which is fine, but terrible with flexibility. A Plymouth woman's been recognised at this year's West Country Women's Awards in the Women in Sport category. Emilie Perring has been singing and dancing since she was 3 years old, and as soon as she could, she became a cheerleader for Plymouth Raiders. Now with, get this, 145 students behind her, Emilie runs her own cheerleading school. Good morning, Emilie.
Morning.
Lovely to have you on the show. Tell us about your cheerleading journey then, please. How did it start?
Yeah, sure. So I started off as a student myself in the main elite team and slowly worked myself up after going to uni to study business and law. I put together a business plan and planned to expand it across Plymouth so we could reach as many children in schools, community projects and in our own classes as possible. From there we kind of expanded with all of the children getting opportunities to perform at the Plymouth Pavilions, and they get to perform for Raiders, Patriots, Albion Rugby Club, as well as our own shows, and we've supported the council with lots of performances in the community as well.
Have you been doing it since you were young?
I have, yeah. So I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, and then joined the cheerleaders once I was able to, because at the time you had to be 16, and I really wanted to change that. So when I took lead, I made sure now that we're teaching from 4 years old, so there's an opportunity for children to get involved from all levels rather than have to wait potentially until they're nearly an adult.
And tell me about the Women in Sport Awards. What happened?
So we had a gala for the final on Friday evening, and it was a lovely event. So many women, there were 16 different categories, and the room was just full of fantastic women who all deserved to win. And luckily in my category, the Women in Sport, I was successful. I was judged by Woollands Law, and there was 3 judges from Woollands who chose me, so I'm really appreciative of them. And also lucky to have Sharon Davies, who presented the award, who is an Olympian.
That's incredible. Plymouth girl herself is our Sharon, so that's lovely to hear. Where is your statue? Is there an award? Is it in the downstairs toilet?
I have it here in my living room with me.
Excellent, good job. What does it take to be a cheerleader? How fit do you need to be?
The fitness level is insane. So you have different styles of cheerleading. We're mainly a dance squad more than your throwing in the air American style cheerleading, but we go full pelt every time out. We could be dancing 2 hours straight throughout the game and then coming onto the court in timeout. So the fitness level has to be high priority, definitely.
It's huge in the States. I've definitely seen documentaries on Netflix about cheerleading, and some of the stuff they do is just like, I don't know how they're making people fly through the air. Do you think it could ever be as big over here, or is it getting that way?
I do think there's definitely been an increase, definitely in the British Basketball League that we're involved in. For a long time, myself and the team, and there was only one other team in Sheffield that had cheerleaders, and now over the past year we have seen some other groups pop up, which is really positive, because it's great to feel that the benefit we're experiencing here could be in other cities in the UK. So yeah, definitely seeing more groups.
And Emilie, when it comes to routines, how do you go about knowing what you're going to dance to? What's that process like?
So for me, it's a very strange process. I have to be in my car, because when you're in the pavilions, you hear kind of the surround sound really loud, and you just can't feel that when you're sat in your own home. So I have to go for a drive with the songs blasting, really get a feel for the song, and then the choreography comes out of that feeling. Yeah, it's a really strange process to explain, but you have to feel the song. You could love a song, but it just may not be right if you're not feeling it.
What's your favourite song or dance you've been doing this season?
It would be Proud Mary. It's my favourite song.
Yeah, Good old Tina. Do you do the kind of Tina moves?
We do.
Excellent job. Good stuff. And when you're cheerleading, before and after, do you get people coming up to you asking you questions about you guys?
Yeah, so at the end of every game we make a real effort to do a walk around with all the fans from the basketball games, and from there we have kids coming out, we see them in the crowd during the games while dancing, so we make a real effort to go and see them at the end, have photos, pull them down on the sidelines so they can join in, and yeah, luckily we've been able to then build our programmes from that attraction of the kids seeing us perform at game days.
When can we see you next, Emilie?
Our next performance is on the 23rd in the Plymouth Pavilions, and then we have one in January as well at the Life Centre.
Excellent. If there's anyone listening this morning who might be interested in taking up the sports, how can they get involved with you guys?
If they go through any of our social media pages, so they can find us via Plymouth Cheerleaders, we can invite you through for a trial and you can come and test it out, see what you think, and then we can go from there.
Excellent. Well, congratulations again. Well done on the awards. Are your family very proud of you, the rest of the team?
Yes, yeah. I was very lucky to have 2 tables with me on Friday night. So our sponsors came along, Collingswood Care and Courier Force. They were at the event, so it's really nice to feel their support. And they came along. I had some of my friends there, and then family, of course, and most importantly, my 2 assistant coaches. So I had Natalie and Katie, because the award just wouldn't have happened without their support. It's been a real team effort, and I've been very pro. We've accepted this award as a 3 rather than just myself, because I may have come up with the crazy ideas at 2 o'clock in the morning, but they're the ones that helped deliver them. So definitely massive credit to them.
Well, congratulations, Emilie. Well done again. Lovely to have you on the programme this morning. Emilie Perring there, who has been recognised at this year's West Country Women's Award in the Women in Sport category. She's got 145 students now running her own cheerleading school. And you can check out Emilie and the rest of the team at the next upcoming Plymouth Raiders game.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
Play BBC Radio Devon.
and on your radio.
The sound of Devon is
BBC Radio Devon.